This Pocket Explorer with 3,000 plus nautical mile range is going to be YouTube famous. This yacht has sold. It's gone. Gone with the winds.
You're talking about us.
My favorite topic.
Yes, we are.
You're watching NautiStyles, and we are so excited to be coming to you from the Netherlands. It's cold out here. We're here to tour a very special Pocket Explorer, the GlobeMaster 50, full aluminum, and it's even more special to us because of these two. This is their brand new yacht.
Come on aboard. We will let you do your thing. We'll stay out of the way. I only have one request.
Yes.
Just don't show my underwear drawer. I know you need to show them all, but maybe just leave that one out.
We will look for that. I wanted to ask you guys if you will have a moment to chat with us, maybe somewhere in the middle of the tour, just about what is your plan to do with the boat? Where are you gonna go? Why this boat? I know this was a big search. We took you on a shopping spree.
We've had a lot of conversations about it, but yes, we will fill everybody in on the plan.
I think Rico said it's our first real boat.
Oh.
I just have to say that I am sorry that we, oddly enough, have an Explorer yacht before you do.
Oh.
It's okay. Very sad, but yours is still going to be bigger.
We're going to be right behind you.
Beautiful when it's done.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're very excited. Thank you for letting us be the first official
guest.
tour of this vessel, which is going to be
first tour.
Oh, we're the
Everything.
first guest.
Yeah.
I'm so thrilled. All right, let's do this.
Yep.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Oh, here, give that to Rico.
Yeah, sounds good. Bye. Stay warm. Okay, here we go. We're gonna start as usual aft. I am not gonna do the whole explanation of how they've purchased this vessel and that it was part of an auction and the whole thing, because you guys can go to their channel. I'll put the link in the description. I'll also put a QR code right here and you can watch their videos explaining all of that. But we are actually officially the first real detailed tour. They did like a little quick tour before, and so I am excited because as I walked through the boat, I was like, wait a minute, you didn't have this in your tour. And they're like, yeah, we didn't get to show this. So we actually get to show you stuff that they haven't showed to anybody yet, some of the features.
So let's just dive right into this. Before we step on, we have two wind generators right there, silent wind generators actually, and then solar panels right on top here, 4 panels, and they are vented underneath as well, so they're not just stuck on to the back of these panels here. And of course it gives you shade at the same time. We got a David lifting system here, manual lifting system in this case, well, half manual actually, because we have winches, like one on the starboard side and another one on the port side.
You might have seen there's a tender actually up on top, but yes, this is another spot for a tender.
Yes, exactly.
And you go a lot bigger.
Before I step on, I wanted to just quickly show this. I don't know if you guys can actually, yeah, you can see it. So this piece here is solid aluminum and then a rubber bumper here in the back, which is structural, so it's part of the boat. So they actually designed this way. If you do mat more, you come in stern too.
Bumper car.
You can technically bump against the seawall without damaging anything on the boat.
Very
so
cool.
That's pretty interesting. And then of course we see this big piece there, this aluminum color piece, which has a little bit of just settlement on there from the water. That is your fixed trim tab for the main engine.
Full disclaimer, the guys just got on board like not even a week ago. They're just getting settled. It's still very new to them, so there's a lot of work and cleaning and things that they haven't been able to do. We feel privileged that I know how they are. They're very particular about their vessels. I'm very privileged that they're letting us tour their boat until they have it all in the tip-top perfect condition that I know they're going to do.
So it looks like we have a transom shower right there.
Yes.
Yep,
Nice.
Transom shower. And then right underneath there we have a cassette swim ladder, which is obviously tucked away right now. And I still see some cleats welded actually underneath. So if you have your tender in the water, you can actually tie it up there too.
Seriously? Oh, I can see it from here.
We have it on each corner. And then actually from the outside cool to see. We have scuppers to drain the deck, even though it can drain really, really well with the stern doors here as well. And then also, if you look all the way underneath here in the center, there are more cleats. So actually we have 4 cleats on the stern, welded upside down.
So if you do not put this swim platform I'm on, if you
Yeah.
keep it closed, you have access to those as well.
Of course, yeah.
Huh, very cool. So yeah, this is very convenient. Look how easy it is to step on and off. There's rails everywhere, very comfortable. There is an interesting feature here. The guys explained it to us and we thought it was quite interesting. These are hydraulic hookups.
Yep, quick connects.
Yeah.
Hydraulic quick
Oh,
connects.
why don't you guys see how cold Rico is as well?
Oh yeah, now I'm getting cold actually. These are hydraulic hookups right there, and then of course an on and off button. There's a hydraulic pump inside of the vessel. And then you have a long hose with a scrubbing tool, underwater scrubbing tool, so you can actually use it to clean the hull.
How cool is this steel hull
Houseboat.
houseboat? I mean,
Yeah.
we don't get these things in the US. Like this whole marina makes us want to come back here and tour some Pocket Explorers.
We can film that when we come back next time.
You guys put in the comments, would you like to see that? Should we do that? Okay.
Okay.
So,
I think we have it covered now at the stern, so we should probably go into the cockpit.
I just wanted to say this is not the name of their boat. I think that's still a bit of a secret. So, but I know the name will change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
All right, which way? Okay, you go this way,
Whichever way
I
you
go
want to
this way.
step on.
So,
Welcome aboard. Serious doors here in the back as well.
Look,
Yeah.
Look at those doors.
To
Of
keep it all
course.
protected.
Also aluminum.
Yes.
And then I mean, come on. It's a 50-footer. Look at these bullards.
I know. It's very beefy. What I find interesting is that this boat, you know, you can compare it, like you see that Explorer right there.
Yeah.
And it's very tall. It's kind of a massive structure. This boat still has all the capabilities of a Pocket Explorer, but it's not like overwhelming and it feels like very open. And once we get an interior, so modern.
Absolutely.
It's such a cool boat. I'm so excited for them.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Me
So
too.
first time seeing it, you guys as well. I mean,
Yes.
not like we've seen pictures, but
So,
not in real life.
cockpit.
Yes, so the cockpit, we do have a dinette here, which is, I mean, you easily could sit here with, well, 1, 2, 3, 4 convertible backrest, 5, 6, easy.
You can probably squeeze 8.
Yeah, it's very nice. Oh, this table is also convertible. You can open it up. There is an awning with solar panels on top. Did we talk about how much?
4 panels are up there, totaling 1,600 watt in solar capacity.
Nice. I like that it has a lighting in here. We were just chatting about, you know, putting a little extension here and maybe doing like an enclosure. So they have some plans of maybe what they're going to do to it just to make it even more all weather around. You know, if it's raining and stuff, you can still use the space. So this here, convertible, very cool because you also can use it this way.
More storage.
Yeah, looks like there's storage underneath right there. Hands are cold, huh?
Yeah.
See, that's what I mean. Enclosure comes handy.
There we go.
Whoa, this is huge.
It's a big compartment.
Yeah, it goes all the way in there.
And then you see there's even a radiator in there so you can heat the compartment so
Yeah.
you prevent frost from happening in there.
That's once you go into an Arctic climate, you will need.
That's pretty cool.
I'm standing on the engine room. There is a hydraulic hatch right here. We'll show you at the end of the tour how we usually do it.
Close this again.
Can you do it?
Oh, by the way, this is the diesel heater right there.
Where?
The red thing.
So that's how they're heating the boat up?
Yep.
And it's working really well.
Really well.
It's very toasty inside.
And then we have another compartment over there on your side.
Yes, equal compartment
Yep.
right there. Okay, great feature.
This is pretty cool. I mean, look at this visibility. Like you're like docking wise. I mean, can't be in a better spot. So we got the shift and throttle control, single engine. We have the autopilot control / rudder control, and then bow and stern thruster. And we have the Volvo Panther displays right here as well.
And there?
Below that, we have our shore power hookups. Yeah, there we go. And it's lockable.
Yeah, very nice. And on our port, we have
Space for barbecue.
space for barbecue.
Or grill.
Yeah, grill. And then here it looks like we have
More storage. Yep.
more storage. Oh, it's aluminum.
It's all aluminum.
Can't break anything.
Everything aluminum.
It's very strong and sturdy.
So how do we go forward?
Yeah, let's go first, and then we'll come
Let's
back
take this
and
side.
talk about the door.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think this is for?
I think it's to, if there's another one here. Yep, there's another one here. It's just to put maybe a temporary door in, or canvas door.
Like a protection for the cockpit area.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Unless there's some piece somewhere stored on the boat which could go in there.
Another thing we didn't point out is that the decking is cork.
It is. Yes.
Yeah, so this is very interesting because we keep seeing it more and more on more of a rugged boats, explorer boats, some of the tender boats. I'm very curious because I have no experience with it. If any of you guys have it on your boats, if you have any tips or how you feel about it, I'm super interested because we're at this moment looking at some tenders and stuff, and we're wondering if this is an interesting product to put on the boat. So if you have any tips on how to clean or anything you should know about it because you have it, put in the comments. I'm pretty sure the guys would also appreciate finding out about it. Definitely helps not having fatigue on your feet.
Yeah, because it's a little softer, it's not as hard.
It's an interesting material, yes.
Yeah.
But supposedly it's very, very tolerable to elements.
So we have, this is interesting, huh? The way they did this gradually.
So five steps up.
Yeah.
Wow.
But very comfortable.
This is great as well. I like that they put cork there.
Sideboarding.
Yeah, very easy to step on and off. You've got rail here and here.
Yep.
I think even for me, I would feel pretty good about doing it.
And you have multiple levels, height levels actually. If you have a fixed dock, for
Correct.
example.
Yeah.
Well, no, these are floating docks here actually.
Yeah.
But if you have fixed docks, it gives you more options.
Yeah.
At different height levels.
Yep. What's this here?
Fuel fill.
Okay. Then we do have steps going up to our boat deck, which we'll do in a moment.
And it's all welded on.
No,
So cool.
It's all solid, and this is an explorer boat. As soon as you're on board, you kind of want to be like, let's go. Let's go somewhere.
There are even lights here too. So
Yeah.
at nighttime, you can light up the whole boat really beautifully.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a side entrance door to our helm.
Yeah, weather tight door.
Did I say our helm? No, Nikki and Jason's helm,
Yeah,
not our helm.
not ours.
I know a lot of you get mad at me for saying
To their
ours.
helm.
Yeah, to their helm. There is a cleat right there, which you will definitely use. And coming to the bow. Okay, where do we start? Start with the leisure. So we have a two-person layout cushion right here. Underneath that, you can see you also can remove it, and there is a large hatch going into the owner's suite.
And another hatch here.
Oh, two hatches. I didn't realize that.
Apparently, yeah.
Really cool shape of the Pilothouse area.
Very Explorer looking, for
Yeah.
sure. Like we have slightly forward raked windows, I think.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I think they are. And of course, there's nice overhang, the eyebrow, the
Yeah,
eyebrow
it
over
screams
it.
for some speakers here, huh?
Oh yeah, we could totally install something there.
Yes. What about this?
These are natural ventilation scoops.
Yes.
So right now, of course, turned backwards, because you don't need any cold air in right now. You're just going to heat the boat up.
Yep.
We have a huge tow post here for our dock lines. These are our fair leads for the dock lines, but then we also have these posts there, like big, almost bullards,
Yes.
welded into the hull.
And part of the reason that they're so massive and reinforced is because there is a kite setup that is been pre-designed, that there's a ways to do it. They kind of thought ahead that at some point they maybe want to go and
Add it.
your designer and added the kite. So there was some stuff done with it in order to reinforce the space to be able to do that. And you guys are interested in that, definitely make sure if you're not following Nikki and Jason already, follow their channel so they can talk more about it, because they are also very interested in that technology and it's something they're looking into.
Yeah. And then all the way forward we have our anchor, single anchor, which is a Rocknar anchor, pretty good size. And I'm just, I asked the guys when we did this quick tour with them, why is it not in the center? And they said it's not in the center because there are steps all the way forward. So I guess if you ever go and just beach the bow on the boat, you can jump off and step back on.
I mean, you can't do that in a fiberglass boat. That is crazy.
It's a very
cool.
shallow draft boat too.
Yes, 1.2 meters.
Yes.
That
Yeah,
is very
little.
shallow. Yeah,
So
that is
me-
less than many catamarans.
Let me open this quick here.
I think it's less than the catamaran they used to have.
Oh, that's a big
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Oh, I see. Yeah, look at this. And now you really see that it's an aluminum boat.
Yeah.
Everything is aluminum. So we have a second deck or lower deck here. Actually, we have the anchor windlass right there and then the anchor locker right down there. Still cleats to tie things up and probably freshwater hookup probably.
And there are fair leads going out right there as well. You see that?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and the deck
yes.
drain.
And drain as well.
Yeah, the deck drains right here are actually coming out.
Just drain right out there.
Over there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and we get the snubber here as well. It's super easy actually to hook up and also take back off.
Okay, I would say let's go in the interior, but there's a bit more here to point out.
Oh, cold.
Yeah.
We got our mast up there, which we're going to see from up there as well. A searchlight right here. There's a satellite communication dish here. GPS sender, more overhead hatches, a very large horn.
Oh, we got to try this.
Ooh. We're going to get in trouble probably.
Going back?
Yes.
Ready to go in the interior?
No, we're going up.
Oh, shoot. There is more. Okay, hold on. Going up.
I mean, everything feels like it's one piece. Welcome to the upper deck.
Boat deck.
Boat
Or
deck.
should we say helipad?
The heli deck. Exactly.
Yeah.
The drone deck.
I mean, don't want to mislead you. It's not a true helipad, but it's definitely a big drone helipad.
So then there's a second crane up here, David/crane up here for the tender which is on here currently. Also an aluminum hull tender actually. But we do have the spot on the stern. So I guess if you put a larger tender, you're probably going to go with the stern. If you have something this size, you can put it up here or use it as a secondary.
Agreed. All
Or
right.
take it off and put lounge chairs.
Oh, true. I mean, what an amazing sundowner spot
Right?
here. Yeah. And imagine you somewhere in Alaska or just having sundowners up here
Yeah.
in the summer. So nice.
So then you have this big bench here for at least 6 to 8 people, I want to say.
Yeah, I mean,
6 people.
Yeah, 6 very comfortable,
Right.
for sure. There is an openable hatch right here underneath,
Yep.
great for ventilation.
So then we do have a spot there for another cushion.
Yeah, and what I love is, look, everything's got little step up, so you can go up here.
Uh-huh.
How cool is this? Oh my God, come here. Look at the view. You know what's amazing about it is that you actually have visibility forward. So if you're operating right here, somebody can stand here instead of being all the way there. And you can, like, if you're in the Bahamas, you'll see
You
all
see everything.
Yeah, you'll see everything just from up here.
Yeah, this could also be a nice napping spot if there's a cushion in here.
Couple of
This is the backrest
couple of bean bags here.
or bean bags.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
So 3 openable hatches up here as well. The cool thing is everything is so solid, you can just go anywhere you want here.
And you could still add solar if you wanted to,
Oh, of course. Yeah, definitely have room for that.
right? So back down.
Back down.
So then here, this is interesting. Can you hold this for a second? First of all, you see the hinge here and it's all flexible. So this whole mast can actually fold back down
Oh, no way.
to get a lower clearance air draft. Going under bridges or fixed bridges, so sometimes you're restricted, so you don't have much of a choice.
Oh, that's really cool.
And the upper helm station here, you can see it's loose. There you go.
Oh.
So you can actually slide it over here if you want it on this side, or you can slide it all the way over here if you want it on this side, or you can keep it in the center, whichever one you prefer.
I
It's
totally
all
missed this
loose.
when the guys were showing it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I got a shift and throttle control, another Simra chart plotter here, bow and stern thruster control, rudder control / autopilot, and of course the Volvo screen here as
Well,
well.
you also have to be able to move it in order to fold the mast.
Of course.
Yeah. I want to point out this massive skylight, basically, window. I think there's Nikki and Jason there hanging out in the warm. I think we got to go catch up. And yeah, that's something that you will feel creates like an atrium type feeling on the interior. So let's go show it to you.
Cool.
Woo! Hello again.
Hello.
So real quick, there is a very cool door. I like the size of it. A lot of the times these doors are really tiny. So I think if they really do this enclosed space, this door can also stay open and stuff. It would be very cool. I would do like one of these cool Brahmic heaters in here that we got for our boat. How cool would that be?
No, how warm would that be?
How warm would that be?
Yeah, I could use that right now.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
All right, coming in.
Did you ring the doorbell? No.
Ding ding.
It works.
Welcome to the interior. Huh? that? Huh?
Enjoy the warmth. Guys, warm up.
And you know what's cool? The floor is heated and it makes a massive difference. Massive how immediately feels so warm. Well, before we show you the interior, we're gonna do that quick little chat we talked about so you guys understand why they ended up buying this boat. Slide in. So, why this boat?
Well, the right tool for the right job. So we want to go north into ice and cold weather, which sounds crazy. If I was telling myself that 5 years ago, I would think I'm crazy, but it sounds fun. It's so different than anything. Oh, yeah,
you still think it's crazy?
So different than anything else we've ever done. So
it is, and the thing is from all of our travel, I mean, the tropics have been great and very warm and lovely, and
you did a lot of it.
But we've done a lot of it, and still to this day, when we think back on some of our favorite experiences, they were oddly enough in Alaska, which is part of the Arctic, right? So the more extreme the temperatures can go both directions. A lot of times, the more extreme the landscapes and the wildlife, and I feel like that's very true. And Antarctic and Arctic.
Yeah.
So we really want to explore those areas. Boat is still the best way to do that, in my opinion. And now we have a nice cozy heated floors.
Yes.
In which
Heated
to do
floors.
that. And the thing is we any other method seemed crazy because it just seemed like it were going to be too flipping cold. It just feels like the warmest way to do it.
Agreed. Yeah.
But when you're saying like going to the ice, you mean like not in the winter, right?
no, that would be crazy.
I don't never say never, but no, the intention is during the summertime when it's really nice and it's light
Yeah.
all
Oh,
day,
yes,
every
yes.
day. Yeah, so we have plenty of exploration to do, but also just so much of Scandinavia. You've got Norway,
Fjords and
so many waterfalls, everything else.
a Norwal. Narwhal? Narwhal.
Narwhal.
Narwhal. I want to see a Narwhal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unicorn
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is sort of on the table? Like is that's I think what people are gonna ask is like is Northwest Passage in the cards?
Maybe. I mean, we haven't gotten to know this boat that well. I mean, you've seen as much of it as we have.
Yeah. Okay. I told everybody to like full disclosure. You guys got on board like a week ago, and it's literally like just trying to set it up.
Yeah. So we are still discovering the boat for ourselves, and I feel like we need to gain some confidence in it through these first couple of years, and then if we're feeling skippy,
Thinking
I'd be down for
UK first, and then maybe Sweden, Norway, and then
Iceland,
probably
Greenland.
Iceland, Greenland, if the boat is good, Iceland,
Yeah.
Greenland, and then Northwest Passage.
So big plans.
Yeah.
So a lot
We're
of
talking a couple of years
Yeah.
or more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
a few
Yeah.
years.
So a lot of your northern followers and patrons are probably super happy you coming that direction because it's not something you've been doing.
No, and it's not something that a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And I think because it's just not something a lot of people want to endure.
Yeah, agreed.
Which is fair enough. I did not expect that we would end up wanting to do this, especially after a couple of winters in New Zealand. I thought that was enough for me.
Yeah.
But apparently not.
I think it was such a disaster the past year or so of our lives that we wanted to do something so different. And this is as far different from what we putting that behind us and moving to something totally different. This is, I think, that's why we chose this.
And we've been pushing you in the direction of a power motor yacht. Obviously, your wheels were turning already. You were thinking of something different, and this is definitely very different. And you needed a different boat, and you ended up with a different boat. So
I mean, we've probably mentioned it in the intro, but what's the theoretical range on this boat?
So according to the manufacturer, 6,000 nautical miles at 5 knots, which sounds way too slow. The boat, I'm guessing, would not be that comfortable at 5 knots.
We don't know.
To be determined.
Yeah.
to be determined.
And then 3,000 at, was it 7?
Or 8, something like that.
Something
At
like
cruising
Yeah.
speed.
Cruising speed.
Yeah, which is still more than enough.
But
I mean,
I'm envisioning, like, people always think of it as a crossing range, but I'm envisioning, like, you guys are cruising, I'm cold, cruising through, like, fjords or Alaska in this calm days in water at 5 knots, just chill cruising.
With whales
Well,
coming
actually-
by
Yeah,
and
like,
orcas and whatever
It just
else.
extends how long you don't have to fuel for.
Yeah.
It's not just a range of where you're gonna go. It's how long you could be independently out there, just enjoying the calm conditions.
Yeah.
And how many did they build of this hull?
This is supposedly hull number 4.
Okay.
Hull number 4.
Yeah.
So if anybody sees this boat somewhere in the world, there's a good chance it's you guys. I mean, 1 to 4.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. And I think the others they all look kind of distinctly different.
Oh,
so
okay.
you're not going to confuse them. Like, so there is our sister ship, she's hull number 3, will be in Alaska, I think this summer. And she's got the dark stripes, which you saw here.
And this is which hull number is this?
4.
4. Yeah.
So the latest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bought the best boat.
Nice. Nice.
Exactly. Yeah. It's funny because I never thought we would go this direction.
Yeah.
I just never really envisioned it for us. We were sailors, and I kind of felt like that we'd always just have a sailboat. But once we started exploring,
Explorers.
then there aren't that many that are sailing. Very few. Much more whenever you go over into motor. And the more that we talk to everybody, there's not going to be any wind or very rarely. So you're going to end up motoring a lot anyway.
Yeah.
And so the more we thought about it, and the more that we talked to you guys,
Talk to you about the kites and the props and all these efficiencies that we can gain. So
you still have some projects lined up?
Yeah, well, and you guys have inspired us a lot, actually, especially in, just because you are exploring so much for yourselves and for your boat. And so watching that journey and learning about the props that we learned about Veeam Marine through you guys. So now I'm kind of like, okay, how more efficient can we get by having those little...
Interceptor strips.
Yes, exactly. So things like that. And then the kites, this boat was already reinforced for that. So we definitely want to explore that. And just like you said, being able to just like coast along at like 5 knots with a kite, saving
sail
on
a little
fuel.
bit.
Yeah, you still...
Can't get rid of the sailing part.
I know. I know.
And the first thing I noticed when I stepped on board, 2 winches.
Yeah.
I was like, clearly, I know why they
Well, it
bought
has
this
to have
boat.
some familiarity. There's some familiar things.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we're here to tour this boat. So we will not bore you guys any
Do we have
longer.
a name already?
Is it a secret?
It depends on when you put this video.
Oh.
Okay, so then it's not.
Yeah.
So it's a secret.
So not
For now.
not this weekend, but the following weekend. So it's still going to be a secret,
Ooh,
right?
it'll still be a secret.
Well, that's what I said in the
When
intro.
will you guys tell everybody what the new name is?
I'm assuming soon. I don't ask me for any specific date. I don't know.
Not a date, but like,
Oh, very soon.
Very soon. Very soon.
Yeah. As soon as.
well, we got to print the graphic and everything. so-
Exactly.
Well, I mean, everybody just assumes it's going to be Curiosity 3.0.
Exactly.
And it might be.
It could be.
It could be.
Could be.
It could not be. It could be.
Probably
Could
not.
not be. Maybe. Maybe not.
I can't confirm nor deny any of these.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it could be.
Could be.
I'm just saying. It kind of is. Am I allowed to leave that in?
Yeah, I don't think anybody.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to guess
Nobody's
it.
going to guess it, but
Yeah.
yes, that was a very good hint. to
Okay.
drop, Yeah.
Well, we're gonna keep on touring. Thanks. Thanks for this chat. And if you guys are not following them, here's a QR code right here.
Right on my face.
Go follow their channel. And let's.
Well, also, like, I mean, besides following the channel, following all the future upgrades and all the improvements and how it is to actually be on a boat like this and use the boat and cruise the boat.
Yeah,
cruise
and
with the boat.
I
So
know-
that's very interesting content.
I know a lot of you guys are following our channel, especially the Naughty Guys channel, is because you're interested in this specific type of vessels and cruising. And some of you said, like, what we're building is too big for what you want to do. So this is definitely that sweet spot that I feel like is missing. And since you're still waiting for us complete our boat, I think that they are in a very unique niche position now to show you guys what that life looks like. So we will be following, and so should you if this is something that interests you. And I already see a feature on this boat that has been a big thing for us.
Oh,
Team Jason.
Hashtag Team
Hashtag Team Jason. So
Continue.
I'm gonna go show that now. All right. So welcome to the interior one more time. So we have this a bit of a staggered layout. Actually, not a bit, like literally staggered. Kind of a what? Last time I had a really hard time saying amphitheater.
Amphitheater?
Yeah, and kind of atrium style up there. So what it does, it creates this pretty cool visibility looking forward, because you can always see each other, and also looking aft.
Technically, it's a classic split deck Explorer, right? Where you have the couple of steps up towards the pilot house.
Exactly. Massive windows, like look at this window here. I mean, you pretty much have a 360-degree visibility at whatever point you're in. You've got a little bit of a blockage here with our very fancy Liveaboard fridge. Did I say it right?
Liveaboard. And let's see if they moved in. Yep.
Yeah, they definitely moved in. Yep.
That's a good sized fridge, actually.
It's a really nice fridge.
And
Agreed.
it's full fridge. It's no freezer.
Oh, because the freezer is somewhere else. So this whole thing is a fridge. Wow, that's nice. That is quite an upgrade from the previous fridge, I think.
Of course, it wouldn't be a proper vessel without having some protection that the door actually stays closed when you're underway.
Safety latch, yeah.
Safety latch.
So then looking through the galley first, we do have storage up here. The really nice window for washing dishes in this beautiful sink, but you don't have to because we have a dishwasher. Oh, great size. Oh, look, it's even got a fancy blue light. Great size for 2 people.
Yeah, it's almost a nightclub.
Yeah, it's like, just needs a little speaker inside, right? But yeah, I mean, this is a game changer having it here. It's pretty awesome. There's a lot of countertop space right here and also extends this way. There's some interesting resolutions of how this was done.
Actually, very clever the way they designed it.
Let's start here first.
Sure.
Okay, so underneath here, we have a 4-burner induction stove, which is on a gimbal, right?
Yeah, it is actually, really. It's on a gimbal, but they already have the silicone cover anyway, so the pots wouldn't really slide too much. And it's sunken in, so it's you probably never have to gimbal it, actually.
Yeah, but that's something you don't see often on a...
You'd see that on a monohull sailboat,
on the motor yacht. So there is a hood right here as well. Then underneath, we do have a microwave oven. Combo. Oh, this is nice size actually. Yeah, looks like it's not one of these, kind of, microwaves that kind of an oven. It looks like this might actually work well.
Are you hinting we should move our flight a couple of days and have Thanksgiving here on board?
Oh man, it's time to go home. So what do we have here? We do have a very nice spice rack. Yeah, you could tell they've been moving in. At least already cooking something here. Then we do have another drawer here. Then trash is underneath here with tons of storage space here. There's some drawer. Oh, wait, that's not a drawer. Oh, surprise. And then...
It can't be a drawer because there's something behind.
That's right. So this is clever. So there's a feature that Rico has just pointed out. So just stay with us. We're going to show it to you. So all of this is also storage right here. And more here. This is good. Yeah, it seems like there's plenty of storage. Then we have an indoor dining, a table for 4, but also if you do a couple of poofs here, you can easily have dinner here with 6. And this is a, as the guy said, magic table. Check this out. You've got storage built in right here. And I just picked up an NBBL feature, which I haven't done NBBL in a while. Check that out.
Drawers right underneath the table. Skinny drawers.
How cool is that? On both sides. You've got 2 there, and I have 2 here. And I am totally going to add this to our Pilothouse setup because I think it's brilliant for all these little cords and things that you always need.
Totally.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So this space here is completed with this large countertops, which also convert to, check this out.
Yep, it has gas shocks on them, and you open it up, and that is actually opening up the companionway into your guest accommodations.
On both sides.
Which we're going to see later.
Never seen this done before, and I think it's very clever and very useful. And, oh, what is the name of these things again? Oh.
The little...
Wait, fiddle.
It's a fiddle?
It's a fiddle,
okay.
Yeah. Fiddle? Yeah, which, I don't know. You guys put in the comments, is it fiddles, fids? Like, which one is correct? I think you can say fiddles in multiple. I don't know, put in the comments. Correct me, as you guys like to do. All right, as we keep walking forward on this super warm floor, we are now a couple of steps up in our salon. And there is like a lot of seating on this boat. For the size of the boat, again, just remember it's a 50-footer. And I think that was initially the reaction when the guys reached out and said, hey, what do you think of this boat? It's a, 50-footer. And I think we didn't look at it yet. We just saw the 50-foot. And Rico said, like, I think it's going to be too small. But now, like, looking at it, it is plenty of boat.
It is really well laid out. Instead of having like one settee just pushed to one of the sides, starboard or port side, and then have to move around. The way they did this left actually the center space open. You can always have a loose coffee table, you move around, or like another ottoman with a little tray on top, for example, as a coffee table.
Totally.
It makes the space feel even bigger because now you have this big settee from all the way from port to starboard, and it gives you so many opportunities and options to sit and lounge and interact with other guests on board. Or if it's just the two of you, movie night, it's massive TV over there with a sound bar. Makes for great movie nights.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm just seeing that hatch that you and I saw underneath the sitting is actually underneath the sitting up in the boat deck. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that it's right there. So that's also nice for cross breeze to open up right there.
Correct.
Then I'm going to point out that beautiful window, or it's not a skylight, it's really a window that we saw as well, and how nice that is when you have all this light coming into the space. We do have some storage underneath, for example, like right here, and also on that side. All of these windows as well. How nice is that? And you can open 3 hatches right there on top.
And this is interesting. Let me check this quick.
What? What?
Either they made a mistake or it's on purpose. I think it's on purpose.
What?
There's 2 hatches actually open forward and 1 hatch opens aft. So I guess depending how you docked in the marina, for example, you can still get some cross breeze, some circulation going.
If they did make a mistake, that's a clever one, because you will definitely use it.
Because how much air do you need to get in here from forward?
True.
At anchor, you have the big hatch in the middle and the starboard one. I think it makes total sense to move one around and put it the other way around.
Pretty sure before they delivered the boat, they would have fixed the mistake. So I'm pretty sure that's on purpose. So wanted to point out this feature here, so you have to come back down.
Yeah.
Is in case you do not want to see the TV, in case you would like to hide it, there is a piece here that you can pull out, a wooden piece right here. See?
Yep.
And this one. Mm-hmm. And you can just put it right in here and pretend like you don't have a TV in this space. I don't know why you would do it, but if you want to, you could. So what we talked about with Nikki is maybe doing some kind of poofs that you can use there for sitting, or maybe use here for an extension of your, like movie night. I think that's what I would do, because I think this is a nice way of being able to store them away when you don't need them there, and then put them there when you have guests and you want to actually eat in the interior.
Yep. So now let's check out our Pilothouse.
Before we go to the Pilothouse, I just wanted to really quick point out that Christmas is around the corner, and we have a very large gift shop on our Shop Naughty store. One of the things, for example, is this super cute sweater in multiple colors. It's literally one of the comfiest sweaters I own that is in the shop. There are lots of jewelry and mugs and tons of specifically Christmas items. Placemats, and just check it out. So I'll put the link for you guys right here and in the description, and a QR code. And here is the discount code for you guys to give you a little incentive, and go check it out. Enjoy the shop. All right, let's keep going. All right, we are in a pilot house.
You're gonna sit down?
Yeah. What do you think?
Very, very cozy, really great layout. The way it's all aimed to the helmsman, whoever is at the helm. You get the 2 chart plotters right in front of you, and then all your switches and additional navigation equipment angled towards you, following the windows. It's really, really well laid out. It's all beautifully finished with Scandinavian oak. Just a great layout for the Pilothouse.
I mean, you definitely feel here like this is a perfect yacht for two. You have two equal chairs. They're very comfortable. The visibility is amazing. This spot here is something you don't get to have on a sailboat. Like, this is such an amazing long range space that makes you feel like it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And this is the spot for me. Like, I know that they're gonna spend a lot of time in this space.
Hours and hours. Yeah. Comfortable chairs with the bolster function. This one we can show in a moment. We can also turn. But before we get to that, we have the center console here, which has your bow and stern thruster control, your remote control for the Simrad chart plotters, as well as your autopilot and rudder control. That is something you normally see on a super yacht.
On bigger yachts, yeah, that you don't normally see it on this kind of vessels.
So whoever designed that has done many hours at the helm and actually knows that it just becomes a little bit annoying if you constantly have to get up out of your chair in order to just change your course a little bit or use your rudder.
I mean, this is unique right here.
That's cool. That's really cool. Look at all the switches.
Let's go through the helm first, and then we'll point out some of the other features here.
Sure. So we got our navigation lights here, pump switches, all the main switches you need are right here at your fingertips, and I love those, let's say, engine room lights. It's a really, proper switch.
Yeah, and it's like this manual switch. It's cool.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's a horn switch.
Where? It's off, isn't it off?
Probably. Yeah. Don't do it. That's probably really loud.
You think it's on?
I turned the compressor off too.
Ah, damn it.
I can turn it on if you want.
No, he's scared.
We're gonna wake everybody up in this small sleepy village here.
Nah. I guess the guys are going to have to do it in their video. You're going to have to go watch their videos to hear the horn.
Then, of course, proper windshield wipers for the 3 forward raked windows. And then we have here a manual control for the searchlight. Shift and throttle control right here, windshield wiper control. A big space for whatever you want to store here. I would say most likely you might have another iPad in here or your phone laying somewhere here. And in general, just additional storage here. This is kind of interesting. They actually have this carved out to put your feet in.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, if you have long legs, you're definitely going to need to put them somewhere.
It just makes it more comfortable. VHF radio here to the port side, and then we have a whole chart table over here as well.
Hey, this was supposed to be my side.
Aww. Which is full with tools, neatly organized.
Okay, give me the camera. You're gonna show us this feature.
Of the chair?
Yes, please.
Okay, so turn this down here, and then you just turn this around. There we go. Put this down, and you have another office desk here. But now you're saying like, well, it's a little far away. So you go and do this.
Oh.
Pull this out.
Oh.
And then you can actually bring this closer to you.
Check that out.
There you go.
Okay, that's super cool.
That is pretty cool. And look at this. They actually even cut this glass open on the bottom so you have a space for your feet.
And you don't have to leave the helm either.
Nope.
So you can actually, if you're doing some long passages and you're both sitting up here, one person can actually even work at the same time. You can edit at the same time, and the other person can be on a watch.
Yes, exactly. Obviously, always, one pair of eyes. Where are you going? There we go. Locked back in place. Turn this back around.
Needs a tiny bit of WD-40.
Back we are.
And this here was planned to be even for a screen, for a computer screen.
Correct.
Yeah, so at this point you probably don't need it, but yeah, it's how nicely is that set up here as your spot. And that's why I think they're gonna spend a lot of time in this space. Did we finish the tour of the helm?
Yes.
Oh, you did all of that? Really?
Well, there's some storage space. Looks here, or is it just exit? No, it's access to the electronics.
Yeah, which is also pretty great. Like once you open all that up, you can definitely access the electronics quite easily.
And then we mentioned the door, obviously, from the exterior already, but we have a weather-tight door here to the starboard side. So you can quickly also jump out and help on the deck if you're short-handed.
Yeah, I mean, if you're docking as well, this boat is just one-person boat. Easily, you can totally do it. Dock and everything.
Sure, especially with the aft station.
Yeah.
I mean, no problem at all.
Yeah, so for a couple, I think it's just doesn't get any more comfortable than that. Like everything is set up perfectly for 2 people to navigate and operate.
Yes.
All right, you guys ready for some cabins?
Yes.
Okay, let's go aft. Well, technically midship. Where are we going first?
Let's,
this way?
Sure.
Okay, so we're gonna go port first. Okay, so check that out. All this headroom now, you're comfortably can go down. How nice is that? You wanna come down with me?
Okay.
So for privacy, we do have this door here, right? So you can close this up, close that up, close this up. So that's your complete door basically. But also you can just close the top or just close this. It's nice to have that option. So I am currently in our head for this cabin, but turn around first. There you go. Yep. So this is our smallest cabin. It's a 3 cabin layout.
Oh, this is actually a really good size bed. That's a queen size bed right here.
Yeah.
Or additional storage.
And you have this ensuite that belongs to it as well. So we have it also be a day head for guests. If you just have guests on board and you're entertaining, this is a perfect day head. So you have your head right here. There's some storage. This whole thing is storage. Look how beautiful these portholes are. They're carved out right here.
The frames are like
it's
beautifully
just
done.
Really nice
Everywhere.
craftsmanship. Yeah, quite nice. Then look, storage underneath here. Built-in sinks here. Upper storage right here. And here, a very important thing. Our washer and dryer combo.
Nice.
Check. Dishwasher, check. Washer and dryer, check. Yes. There is no shower in this head. So obviously for shower, you're gonna probably share it with the other cabin. But I think for most of the time, this is just gonna be like a major overflow cabin. Somebody just maybe spending the night or 2. And then mostly it's your laundry, your storage, massive storage there. You can remove the mattress. And here is a really important part of this puzzle. We have a freezer.
Oh, yeah. Good size freezer.
Great size. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you need more than that. That's for 2 or even 4 people.
Yeah, and even if you would go longer distances, you can always throw one in the cockpit, you know, one of the plug-in freezers.
I mean, depends where you're cruising. You might not need a freezer. Just throw it in the cockpit.
Oh, just throw it.
Exactly. But yeah, so another openable porthole right there. And all the porthole have this like proper tightening. So, all right, coming out. Nice. There's something spaceship about this, right? Walking into my cabin. Here we go. Oh, this one is so cute. So guest cabin number 2. Check out this bed. This is huge as well.
That's also a queen size bed.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? The guys pointed out that it is even like a little storage on the side. Yeah, there's like a gap like this, and you can put your phone, your iPad, so essentially your nightstand on this side as well. Yeah, a lot of the times the builders don't think of stuff like that. But look, indirect lighting even right here, which is great because you will immediately know that this is here.
Correct.
Because of the indirect lighting, so they thought about this stuff. Very cute cabin. And then on outport, what do we have here?
A lot of storage, actually. Hang on, let me back up a little.
Hanging locker. And then more storage. Yeah, great amount. And of course here on top you can even add a basket or something if you need to have more space. There's a little spot here even, right? Which you can kind of get in and out of each other's way, and it has some access underneath as well. Yes, openable. Look how large this porthole is.
So yeah, it's 3 openable portholes here.
This one's big, and
they
a little
really
more storage here.
They put storage wherever they had still some space left to put storage.
And this cabin does have an ensuite. So check out this ensuite. I'll go in the shower just so we can get a little perspective. Oh, it's a 2-person shower. Good size shower here. Yeah?
Yeah, very good.
And we have our head. Looks like a lot more storage. Oh, wow, look at this. This is great. And all of this is still storage. Check this out. And I like this built-in here. So nothing's gonna happen underway. You can have all your stuff nicely protected, never have to remove anything. This is a very nice cabin. I think if you're just a couple and this is your guests sometimes can't come on board, very doable for the size of a boat and for the style of it, for sure. Okay, ready for the owner's suite?
Yes.
Let's do it. So, walking into the owner's suite here.
And another office.
Yeah, so there's another office space. It's actually also a bolster seat, which is quite interesting because I guess it makes it also easier to get in and out and just put the seat down. Oh, check this out. You have the generator. And what's that?
Control and...
I don't know what that is.
You don't?
No, what is it? Oh, water maker.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So both controls are right here. There's a built-in desk storage here. So now I'm counting like 3 workspaces. You have that large table, obviously the dining table, then you have a separate workstation here and another workstation here. So that's nice to be able to have dedicated stations that you don't have to always use your dining area.
Agreed,
I think it's a big plus. All right, immediately as we walk in, storage everywhere. Yes. So remember that one thing we were not allowed to open? I'm gonna have to look for that. Yes, so we have this. We have more storage here. Wow, this whole thing. Look at this. I mean, I'll open one, you guys, but like all of this is storage going.
Lot.
Yeah, this is.
And you still have the
lot.
whole top part, like the shelf space as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, once you get into colder climates, you need to store a lot more clothes, and the clothes is bigger, obviously. So that storage becomes even more important, I feel like, than if you're cruising the Caribbean. But now I'm worried. I'm gonna open one. It's in one of these. I'm not supposed to open, but looks like storage here. So obviously they really tried to fit it in. The biggest thing we said immediately when we walked in is like, this feels much bigger than when we even saw it in their tour.
Yeah.
And I think feels bigger because there's just so much more floor space. And that's something you don't feel sometimes in the video. Walking in here, first thing you feel like you have space to move around each other, which is really important for an owner's cabin. And they did a great job. Look, they even have a space for the jackets, which again, you will need
in colder climates,
colder
for sure.
climates. So they have that here, and this is a queen size bed, right? Or is it a Euro queen?
It's a queen size bed.
Queen size bed. Yeah, exactly. Storage right here, also on both sides. There's some more storage here. I know the guys already moved in, so I'm not going to open everything. But look, they have their drawers on the bottom as well, right here.
And then we have openable portholes on port and starboard, the round ones, plus the two openable hatches actually.
Yeah.
One right above your head, and then another one where the layout cushion is on top right now.
Very good headroom. It's almost 6'8". It's like 6'7" or something like that. So great headroom as well. And when you're sitting on top of the bed here, you're still, you have plenty of headroom.
Yep, and then we have these vents here, which you can open and close.
Oh.
And these are for the scoopies up on top.
That you saw on top. There's probably a fancy
for the
name
ventilation.
for that.
There's a name for that.
Put it in the comments for us. What is it called? What are the scoopies are called?
And you can turn them like 360 degrees.
What's the name? Educate everybody. All right, so then...
Ensuite.
Ensuite.
One step down.
Walking into the ensuite, we do have... Wow, this is a big shower. I think we'll disappoint everybody if we don't measure it with Nikki and I.
That's a 2-person shower for sure.
Yes, cut 2. Yeah, so I think it's 2.5-person shower, easy. I mean, look at it. Look, look. We're measuring by people.
Wow.
Yeah, if it's us, it's 4, but it's really like 2.5. Yeah, very comfortable. Stop making faces.
I'm not making any faces.
Back to the tour. Yeah, so right here, look, there's a really nice amount of countertop space. I like that they just did one sink, whoever designed it, and you have your nice amount of space on both sides. This really is easier, I feel like. If you got 2 sinks, you would lose so much countertop space. All of this is also space. Look, they left this a glass, you see that? Which allows for an extra light to come in here into both rooms. And they do have a really good amount of storage underneath as well. Look, all of this is storage. Yeah, that's fantastic. And really nice indirect lighting throughout the boat.
And another towel warmer as well, like we had in the guest cabin.
It's warm.
Oh, it's warm?
Yeah, it's really warm, nice and warm. Toilet right here. Yeah, that's our Wynns owner suite.
Yes.
Going to
Last
check
thing,
out
engine compartment.
engine compartment. Let's do it. Ready?
Ready.
It's gonna be nice and cold.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking I can stay in air conditioning, and maybe Nikki
Air
and I.
conditioning?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, I can stay in the warm heat. Nikki and I can, talk about all this projects that we want to do in the interior, and Jason, you can just do the tour of the engine compartment.
Let's do
What
it.
do you think? Hey, Jason.
Yo!
You want to volunteer to do the tour with Rico?
Yeah! Manly stuff.
It's like
I leave you guys in the good
we're both
hands.
gonna be out there like.
Yeah.
You're going out.
Yeah, we're going
You
out.
going out? I push the button.
Okay. All right. Wow, that's really bright, actually.
It is a bright light.
Wow, that's a good light.
It's the first time I've seen it at night.
Really?
Yeah? Okay, so
Okay.
I'll hop in
Oh
here
my God, you're gonna hop in. Okay.
just to show you how small it is.
So we have a D6 Volvo Penta 340,
340 horsepower.
340 horsepower with a V-drive setup.
Yes, V-drive setup. There's a Master Volt high output alternator installed over here.
Yeah.
Somewhere? Yeah, right
Yeah,
here.
they're right there.
Yeah. Got the two Raycor.
Primary fuel filters.
Vetus, I guess, not Raycor.
Primary fuel filters is fine. You can
There you
say
go, that's what
Raycor.
it's called.
Everybody calls them Raycor. It's like Pampas or Tempo or whatever. Like
There is a fuel polishing system. It's just on the other side, so at least we can polish the fuel when it sits too long.
okay.
And then a 7K generator.
Yeah, and I mean, it is a compact engine compartment, but everything which is crucial to reach, like your sea strainers, for example, very easy to reach. Your oil filters, easy to reach. Oil dipstick, easy to reach. You got the fuel primer actually pump, the little pump, if you ever need to use it.
Should I be filming you?
I don't know. It's good for
always
scale.
Rico- it's always Rico's hand.
It's good for scale. And what is this here?
This is a radiator because it's made for going into cold temperatures when we're on anchor. You won't have the engine heat, so you turn on the radiator and you can pump heat through here so nothing freezes.
So at least it stays above zero.
Yeah, above zero.
Yeah,
it's-
above freezing, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then there is an access compartment in that small bed that was on the port side.
Yeah?
There's a small access hatch back there, so you can take off that whole wall and you can
Actually,
access.
I see it. I see the brake and the insulation. Yeah.
So in
And
theory,
there's some kind of hydraulic pump or something there.
maybe
Looks
steering?
like it.
No?
Maybe steering.
Why would it be back there?
But there's a hydraulic pump there.
It says Bravini. Your guess is as good as mine.
Well, you know what? I know if I ask you in 2 months, you probably have an answer for me. But it is
Yeah, it's
with a manual handle as well.
yeah. Whatever
do you-
Bravini is, it sounds Italian.
Could it be for the hatch?
Oh, maybe.
And of course, we see like full-blown aluminum hull, like we already mentioned, obviously in the beginning, but you can see it really well here. Yeah. And you excited?
Oh man, I'm so excited. You know, to be actually going somewhere in a boat that works.
Do you
Hell
have
yeah.
any trip planned already?
Yes.
I mean,
so
even like even taking the boat off the dock. I mean,
definitely. So in a week or so, we're gonna come off the dock. We're gonna use the boat for the first time, and we got a 2-day trip. So it takes about a half a day to get towards, 3/4 of a day to get to Amsterdam with all the bridges and locks, and then we go straight across the. It's incredible. It looks like a bay, like it's attached to the North Sea, but there's all these dikes that keep it freshwater, so it's not saltwater. So we're in freshwater the whole time. We have a 50-mile trip.
I don't know what it's called in English, but in German we call it the Eiselmeer
IJsselmeer. Yeah.
because it's a sea. It's an
a sea.
inland sea.
But it's freshwater.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
yeah. And you can drive over the dam actually, or the dike.
Yeah, the dike.
The dike.
Yeah.
When you drive from Amsterdam north. We actually did this drive.
Did you?
Yeah, we did this drive.
cool.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, we're very excited. Okay.
All right.
Chili.
Dumb question. Are you guys going to film it?
Of course we're gonna film it. You want to come back inside?
Yeah, no, I'd like to come back inside.
That was fast. Why were you guys so fast?
It's cold.
And it's a small engine room.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the tour, and make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, write us a few comments, write a few comments for them, help us out. And yeah, if you guys want to check us out on the Patreon, I'll put a QR code right here. You guys can do that as well. And of course, the QR code to their channel for you guys to follow them. And yeah, let us know what you think of their new purchase and how did they do? Put all the judgments out. How did they do? It's not their channel, it's our channel. You can tell us what you think.
Anything you want.
How did we do? We kind of advised them in directions. So I don't know. Let us know your thoughts. And we'll see you in the next one. Ciao. Gone with the Wynns.
You're talking about us.
We are what?